Hi everyone, this is Splash125 here. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'll be talking about how to build a 5000 rand and under gaming budget PC or budget gaming PC in South Africa. For those who don't know, I stay in South Africa. I was born and raised here, so I can understand that money is an issue in the country. Everyone is tight on money now, especially due to COVID-19 pandemic, lockdown regulations, unemployment, etc. Like the children are at home doing online school with Zoom, Microsoft Teams, or you're at home doing work or watching Netflix or something like that. So you have a budget of 5,000 rand and you want to build a budget game PC that will enable you to do your work and play games as well on a budget, of course. So before we start this video, standard disclaimer: in this guide, I'm assuming that you already have a monitor, a keyboard, mouse, and possibly a headset as well. The reason for this is that it is very hard to find. Nevertheless, build a gaming PC for 5,000 rand and under with all your peripherals and such. Unless you go for second hand, of course. I can do another video where I do like a guide on a budget PC with all your peripherals and like a general setup guide, if you guys want me to do so, of course. So, starting the guide, you have 5,000 rand in cash or in your bank account at hand, and you want to figure out where you can buy the best bang for buck computer. There are many places in the country, from online retailers such as Rootware, EveTech, Takealot.com, or your local places such as Computer Mania, and the more expensive place, Imperial Connection. Yes, very expensive. So in this video, we'll be using EveTech and possibly Takealot as well, depending where you want to go. So starting off for 2,899 rand, we have EveTech's cheapest AMD upgrade kit, the AMD Athlon 220GE Prime A320M K 16GB DDR4 upgrade kit. Upgrade kits are basically board kits that includes a motherboard, central processing unit, which is the CPU, a cooler, which is usually the stock cooler, and RAM, which is basically like the bare bones essentials of a computer. So instead of upgrading it, we are like, instead of like using the as because it's an upgrade kit, we're using it to like build a computer instead of upgrading one today. The upgrade kit in this case includes a AMD Athlon 220GE. It costs 899 rand separately on EveTech. In a nutshell, it has a 3.4 GHz base clock speed. It's locked, so you can't overclock it, but some motherboards possibly can do so. There is a way to do that somewhere on the internet, on Reddit or something like that, so you can scour through the net to do that. It has 2 cores, 4 threads, and it has a integrated AMD Radeon Vega 3 graphics, which supports AMD's FreeSync technology, so you can use your FreeSync compatible monitor with it to prevent all to make it like awesome, no like tearing or something like that when you're playing games or anything like that. It has a 3-year warranty as well. So next with the motherboard is the Asus Prime A320MK. The board costs about 1,699 rand on EveTech separately. It is a micro ATX board, hence the M in the name, that supports AMD's Ryzen and Athlon CPUs. Its chipset is the AMD A320. Its max RAM support is 32GB of DDR4, 3200 MHz RAM. So if you have so in the future, you could basically upgrade it to 32GB of RAM or faster memory, which is 32, max is 3200 MHz. The motherboard supports dual channel memory, so that's quite good. It has like two slots, so of course it would support dual channel memory. It has one PCIe 3.0 x16 slot and two PCIe 2.0 x1 slots, so you can have like a graphics GPU, and you can have like a USB hub PCI adapter and maybe a Wi-Fi adapter as well. It has a wide range of I/O at the back, example HDMI, USB 3.0, and like audio and Ethernet, all those like the general basic I/O at the back. It also supports M.2 SSDs, so that's also you can use NVMe M.2 SSDs so to get that super fast speed. I know some people they don't like cover this, but it's quite important to know especially for when you're building a computer. The motherboard has one CPU fan connector and one case fan connector, so two in total, and both of which are 4-pin. So if your case has more than one fan, you may need to invest in a fan hub or an extender for it. Like you plug it into the 4-pin case fan connector, and like you can put in more fans. Those of which cost about 90 rand, depending on what you go for, what you look for, up to 1,000 rand, which is quite expensive, unless your case has a built-in one, which some do. But those are like the more expensive cases, but you just have to do research on your case to find out if it has a built-in fan hub. So if you like this video so far, please click on that subscribe button, leave a like and a comment as well. Thanks. So continuing, the kit also includes a single 16GB RAM module by Clev. It is rated at a speed of 2666 MHz at a cache latency of 19. Quite fast for gaming, should be fine. Like this, the smaller the cache latency, the faster it is. Doesn't matter, 19 is fine. It has a limited lifetime warranty. It costs about 899 rand on EveTech separately. So with all the essentials now sorted, we now look at storage. We can either go for SSDs or hard drives. I have in mind, by taking advantage that the motherboard supports M.2 SSDs, a Hikvision E1000 M.2 PCI SSD. It is 256 gigabytes. It has a read and write speed of 1,900 megabytes per second and 1,200 megabytes per second respectively. It has a 5-year local warranty, but on specifications it says 3, so you have to contact EveTech to find more on like the actual warranty, but I think it's 5 years, so you just have to check that. It costs 799 rand on EveTech separately. So now looking at the other choice for storage, we have a 1TB WD Blue 3.5-inch hard drive for the exact same price of 799 rand on Takealot. It is a 5400 RPM drive with a 64 megabyte cache and a 2-year warranty period. Takealot has a free delivery for more than 450 rand, so you may want to take advantage of that. But for the purpose of this video, I'll be choosing the SSD over the hard drive. It is your choice. You may need to think about it, as many games require a lot of storage these days. Call of Duty Warzone, but like Windows 10 also takes about 20 gigabytes of space of that space. So you might need to consider about it. And sometimes SSDs are like they say they're like, for example, 1 terabyte, but you actually get like 960 because they take that 40 gigabytes to like, how do you use it? Like they have it as backup, memory, or like in case the other memory like modules inside the memory gets like cut off to the destroyed, and have that backup to replace that. So unless you have like really fast fiber internet speed and can delete and re-download your favorite games, the SSD would like be fine, of course. Like even that, I would still recommend you guys just going for the SSD than the hard drive, as it will make your PC boot faster and load things up way faster than a hard disk drive. And in the future, when you buy a hard drive, and you can just like plug it into the PC and just use it. You don't need to transfer Windows or files over. You can just use it as a additional storage device. Like you don't have that hassle of migrating your OS and stuff over, So up next, we have to choose our power supply. So a golden rule in PC building is never to cheap out on the power supply. It may ruin your life in the future. Like seriously, like it's tempting, but it may ruin your life in the future. I know there's like a 289 rand 235 watt power supply on Takealot, which is I think the Armageddon Voltron Bronze 235 FX power supply. It claims to be 80 plus bronze certified on the internet. Like if you search on Google, it says like on the corner somewhere it's like 80 plus bronze. But like on numerous reviews on the internet and on YouTube, I've determined that it could be just 80 plus white, not bronze. Like you see when you buy like the power supply, it's like on the plastic wrapping, it's just like a sticker saying 80 plus, like a very bad imitations of the logo. I don't know if it's like the real logo, but like it just looks so bad, the printing. So like, and also, and like it doesn't even have the label on the piece power supply itself. Like it's damn like shame. Like I don't trust it. Like literally, like even if it doesn't have like even if it has a sticker on this on like the plastic wrapping, but doesn't have like on the power supply, like dude, the contrast of power supply, like it literally has a bar-shaped hydrogen bomb on it on the power supply itself, like this literally on and like on the box also there's like a bar-shaped bomb on it. So does that mean it's giving your PC explosive power, or is it actually a ticking time bomb that will nuke your 5000 rand PC? Who knows? Like I don't know. Like who knows? Like I just don't trust it. So, sorry, the price is too good to be true. Rather go for more like slightly more expensive power supply. Like I'm not roasting them that like they don't make good power supplies. Like I don't know. Like it's just that shame. It's too good to be true. You have to be clear on that. Damn shame. So with that said, I chose in this board guide the Gamlius Kratos E1 500 watt RGB power supply. It is 80 plus white certified. It costs around 699 rand at EveTech, and it has RGB lights as well. So like you gain that juicy extra 10% performance. Nice. So like 500 watts is more than enough for this board. In fact, I use PC Part Picker, which is a great site. Like I used it to build the exact PC there, paired with an RTX 390, and the total build uses about 486 watts of power. So the 500 watt power supply is more than enough for your budget GPUs such as like the RX 570, 580, the GTX 1650 and 1660 Supers. Way more than enough. It's completely fine. My friend uses an 80 plus 500 watt power supply for his RX 580 overclock OC edition, so it's completely fine. I can go over 80 plus certification in another video, but in a nutshell, sorry, it is how much electricity the power supply uses and provides to the PC and how efficient it is at it, basically. So the higher the certification, the better the PSU does at its job, right? So like 80 plus white, it's like basically it's 80% efficient, and so like yeah, I can cover it on another video. So if you can pay some extra rands on your electricity bill, yeah, go for the power supply. Or like if your parents paying for the electricity, sure, why not just go for the power supply? Like you're not paying for the electricity unless you are. Like I'm like sorry, you can still choose the power supply so that you expect a slightly higher cost in electricity bill. But it's not, I'm not saying like this board will use a lot of electricity. You'll use about like I think less than 200 watts or something, like without the GPU at the moment. So finally, with the last component in this board, it's your PC case. So you have a wide range of choices, like example an Entech NX120 mid-tower gaming case for 489 rand. On EveTech, a Raid Max EXO gaming case for 579 rand on Takealot with free shipping, and a very nice Gamlius Athena E1 tempered glass gaming case for 639 rand on EveTech. But in today's video, I'll be choosing the Gamlius case. The reason for this is it has the best of everything for a gaming case: tempered glass, airflow, and RGB lighting. It features a tempered glass side panel, a mesh front panel for excellent airflow. Nothing beats a mesh front panel in airflow at all. Like seriously, mesh is the best for airflow. And it also finally has a single ARGB fan, so you can plug that into your RGB controller and like control the RGB lights on it or something like that. The case is also future proofing, as it will definitely support both CPU coolers and 2 fan GPUs. I've looked at it and it definitely fits them, though I still recommend you guys to really look at it, at the measurements, specifically when buying a new CPU cooler or a future GPU upgrade. Like definitely always do that. Like my friend made a mistake that with his CPU cooler, and like literally it's pressed against the tempered glass of his case, and it's shame, very bad. So with a budget build like this, in most game titles at low settings, you would get at least 60 FPS, especially on esports titles such as CS:GO and League of Legends. I think League of Legends, I think if you play 80, like 1080p, even in high settings, I think you still get like 60 FPS and above. Like, damn, I think you can actually do that. Like, Minecraft will also run well in this mode. Among Us would definitely get 60 FPS. I think Fall Guys would also get 60 FPS. Like, the Fall Guys is capped at 60, so you can't go higher than that. And like, even my old laptop, which has like a third generation i5, like a dual core i5, and like it has Intel HD 4000 graphics as well. It runs Among Us and Fall Guys like fine, like 60 FPS. So, and gets decent FPS like on low settings in most games. Like basically the Radeon Vega 3 in this Athlon CPU would definitely be fine. And you have 16 gigs of RAM, so it will be definitely fine. It will use some RAM of that 16 gigabytes for like the GPU performance, but and the rest for the games and the system. So it will be more than enough. It will be fine. So coming to the end of this video, the board costs exactly, with my choosings, 5,035 Rand and 99 cents, give or take, depending on where you get your parts from and what path you chose from this guide, or any cheaper parts you chose. Like, it will be cheaper or high, slightly high depending where you go. Though, like in my case, a 36 Rand extra is not bad, as it's practically at the same price of a McDonald's Big Mac medium meal, which costs around 40 Rand. So if you can afford a Big Mac, you can definitely afford an extra 36 Rand. So just don't eat one in that month and you'll be fine. Like, you have some fine, you can be fine. So in coming to the end, so I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button for more videos like this.